Best holiday.
In my home country, Germany, I think the best holiday is Christmas. Christmas season is amazing. We have many markets that especially for Christmas. Christmas time normally comes with a lot of snow and an amazing atmosphere. My mom bakes cookies and we have lots of friends and family over to our house. So it's a wonderful time.
What is your country's best holiday? I think in China the best holiday should be the Spring Festival. It is the main festival in China, and families always get together, and the children can get their red pack, which is the money pudding. So everybody likes that holiday.
My country's best holiday, I think, would be the Ramadan month, just because it is the holy month, and everybody's usually pretty nice, and usually have a longer holiday on it, maybe around 2 weeks or something, yeah. So the Ramadan month would be the best holiday for me.
I'm from the U.S., so I would say the best holiday would be, maybe Thanksgiving. Although there are some aspects of that holiday that I don't like. I don't like the overeating, but I do like the fact that families get together and talk about reasons why they're thankful for being together and for having family.
My country's best holiday would have to be the Christmas New Year's period, because it's the time when a family gets together and you cook and you make traditional meals and you see your friends. There's a lot of stuff going on in the village and other places as well as the city.
I'll say the best holidays are Independence Day and Christmas. Independence Day because that's where we achieved our freedom, and Christmas, that's when family gets together to celebrate.
Holy. Holy. Ramadan is the holy month. If something is holy, that means it has special religious importance. Notice the following. 1. The book of Genesis is a holy chapter in 3 religions. 2. The pilgrims went to the holy city for their religion. Overeat. Overeat. I don't like the overeating. If you overeat, then you eat too much. Notice the following. 1. Frequent overeating leads to weight gain. 2. After overeating, I always feel sleepy. The fact that. I do not like the fact that families get together. The phrase "the fact that" is used to show extra emphasis about a statement. Notice the following. 1. I hate the fact that there is a test each term. 2. They love the fact that the salad bar is self-serve. Thankful. Thankful. They're thankful for being together. If you are thankful about something, you appreciate it. Notice the following. 1. After battling cancer, she is very thankful for her health. 2. The teacher was very thankful for the gift the students gave her. Get together. Get together. Your family gets together and you cook. Here, get together means to meet for social purposes. Notice the following. 1. My family usually gets together twice a year. 2. Because of our busy schedules, we are having a hard time getting together.
Can men and women be best friends?
Yes, I think opposite sex can be best friends. My best friend happens to be a male and is not my husband. Of course, my husband is one of my best friends, but the person that I rely on for a friendship is a male, and I don't think it makes a difference.
I absolutely think that a man and a woman can be good friends or best friends even though they're married to other people. Friendship does not have a gender, so I really don't think that would be a problem if a man and a woman are best friends.
I think that once you get married, that person that you're married to is going to be your best friend for life. So with that in mind, yes, men and women can be best friends for life.
I think it's possible, but really unlikely. Naturally, I believe that the relationship between a man and a woman usually has other connotations than it would be with two guys or two girls.
Men and women can be best friends for life. In my opinion, I don't see what the difference is between a man and a woman being friends and a man and a man or a woman and a woman. Everyone's the same. I don't see why gender should be an issue when it comes to friendship.
I think it's hard for men and women to be best friends for life because your husband or wife can be jealous. But as long as your husband or wife understands, I think it is possible to be best friends forever.
Make a difference. Make a difference. I don't think it makes a difference. When you make a difference with someone, your actions affect them in a positive way. Notice the following. 1. My father made a big difference in my life. 2. It makes a difference if you live in a foreign country when learning a language. For life. For life. He is going to be your best friend for life. For life means for the rest of your life or until death. Notice the following. 1. He was sent to prison for life. 2. I hope to live in my hometown for life. With that in mind. With that in mind. So, with that in mind, yes, men and women can be best friends for life. Here the phrase, with that in mind, means considering that. Notice the following. 1. The roads were icy, so with that in mind, I drove slowly. 2. The test is 4 hours long, so you need to keep that in mind when preparing for it. Guys, girls. Guys, girls. 2 guys or 2 girls. Men and women are sometimes referred to as guys and girls, regardless of age. Notice the following. 1. There were 5 guys and 3 girls at the party. 2. For the game, the class was divided between guys and girls. Be an issue. Be an issue. I don't see why gender should be an issue when it comes to friendship. When something is an issue, that means it is a problem. Notice the following. 1. Will it be an issue if I'm a few minutes late? 2. Obesity is not a big issue in America.
Are children spoiled today?
I'll say maybe children are spoiled, because I remember when I was younger, we had to work hard if you wanted to get something from our parents, or even the stories you hear from your parents. They basically also used to say the same thing. If you want to get something, you need to work hard for it. But nowadays, maybe some children don't work hard, but they still get certain things although they didn't work hard.
I think children right now are more deprived than spoiled. Unfortunately, I believe that many parents are trying to protect their children a little bit too much. So they're deprived of many things like creativity or spontaneity or curiosity. So definitely I think children are deprived.
I think children are deprived due to the reduction of clean and safe play environments. When I speak to my parents or my grandparents, they tell me about, times when they used to play in the river or, play in the forests, whereas now it's very, children are quite restricted. There's a lot of concern about people who are going to do bad things to their children, and I think it's very restrictive. So in this sense, I feel that children are deprived these days.
What is the technology you think will be?
I know popular opinion is that children nowadays are spoiled, but I don't really think so. I think there were a lot of things that children had maybe 50 or 100 years ago that they don't have anymore. Nowadays, so many people are divorced and their children are just living with one parent. That is a good example for how children nowadays can be very deprived.
I think kids these days are deprived of nature. I think most children grow up in big cities, and I think there's this urban sprawl that's happening where cities are becoming bigger and they're encroaching on the natural countryside. So I believe that children are deprived from nature, from climbing trees and playing in ponds and rivers and stuff like that.
In America, I think children are very spoiled. A lot of them have things handed to them. They don't have to work very hard. So for a 16th birthday, parents will give their kids a car, or the kids won't have to work very hard to pay for school or college or anything like that. So they don't have anything to challenge themselves because their parents give them everything.
Deprived. Deprived. I think children right now are more deprived than spoiled. When you're deprived of something, that means you do not get something that most others do. Notice the following. 1. He was deprived of an education, but he still became a successful businessman. 2. The prisoners were deprived of any contact from the outside world. Spontaneity. Spontaneity. Kids are deprived of many things, like creativity or spontaneity or curiosity. Spontaneity is the ability to do some meaningful action in the moment without planning. Notice the following. 1. Spontaneity is a great way to keep a relationship fresh. 2. Teachers use spontaneity to keep students interested. Restrictive. Restrictive. I think it's very restrictive. When something is restrictive, it limits what you can do. Notice the following. 1. Food options for vegetarians are very restrictive. 2. That park is very restrictive. You can't walk on the grass or play sports. Urban sprawl. Urban sprawl. I think there's this urban sprawl that's happening. Urban sprawl is the outward growth of a city. Notice the following. 1. As the population of the city grew, so did urban sprawl. 2. Urban sprawl is a big problem in many major cities. Have things handed to. Have things handed to. A lot of kids have things handed to them. When someone gets things handed to them, they get them without having to work for them. Notice the following. 1. Because he was rich, he was always having things handed to him. 2. You just can't expect to have things handed to you. You have to earn them.
Arguing with a stranger.
I have gotten into an argument with a stranger. Once we were sitting in the wrong seats at a Laker game, and the man got so upset and started yelling at us and why don't you move? And it was really just a simple misunderstanding, and I didn't understand why he was yelling at us. So I started fighting back and saying, it's the holiday season. Please calm down. We are moving seats now. And then he got even more upset. Finally, we just walked away while he was screaming at us.
I don't remember getting into an argument with a stranger. Usually it takes me a while to talk to somebody and then start a conversation, then an argument. So if I have been in an argument, it's been with somebody that I have known.
Yes, I've gotten into many arguments with strangers. One thing I cannot abide is people cutting in line. When that happens to me, I get in fights with complete strangers.
Yeah, I remember, actually it was in a pub, and I was talking about the lead singer of Guns N' Roses, Axl Rose, and I mentioned that he can be difficult to work with, and I guess a fan of his nearby overheard that, and he came over and started arguing with me, and actually wanted to take it outside, but luckily I managed to talk it through with him, and we ended up having a beer together.
The only time I've gotten into an argument with a stranger was when I was part of a car accident, and we had a difference in opinions about whose fault it was, so it sort of escalated a little bit, but we sort of brought it back down, so it was under control. It was all good.
These days, are children spoiled?
No, I've never gotten into an argument with a stranger, actually. I'm not really confrontational, so I normally try and just walk away from any type of confrontation, especially with people that I don't know. It's really difficult for me to even get in an argument with family. So with I don't think I could ever get into an argument with a stranger.
Calm down. Calm down. It's the holiday season. Please calm down. You tell someone to calm down if you think they are too angry or anxious or energetic. Notice the following. 1. You are too loud. You need to calm down. 2. The teacher tried to calm down the lively class. Cut in line. Cut in line. One thing I cannot abide is people cutting in line. When you cut in line, you go before people who have been waiting in a line to get something. Notice the following. 1. Did you see that man just cut in line in front of me? 2. In some cultures it is common to cut in line, while in others it is a big offence. Difference in opinion. Difference in opinion. We had a difference in opinion about whose fault it was. When people have a difference in opinion, they think differently about something. Notice the following. 1. We have a difference in opinion about that movie. 2. Even best friends often have a difference in opinion. Back down. Backed down. We both sort of backed down. When people back down, they withdraw from a conflict. Notice the following. 1. The man threatened to hit me, but he backed down once he saw the police arrive. 2. I started to yell at my boss, but then I backed down when I realized I needed my job. Under control. Under control. It was under control after a few minutes. When something is under control, it is manageable. Notice the following. 1. The firefighters got the fire under control. 2. Things were crazy for a while, but eventually everything got under control.
Politics or the environment.
I am probably more worried about political dangers rather than environmental. Mainly because with environmental, you have the option to change what's going to happen to the environment. You can sort of try and change that as much as you can. Whereas with political issues, you can't really change how a person thinks. You can try and change the political party that's in charge, but you can't really change how one person thinks. So I think that's more unpredictable.
I'm much more worried about environmental dangers. I feel like politically we're going to be fine. I'm never going to go to these countries that are war-torn. I'm going to try to stay always in safe countries. But the environment, I feel like it's affecting everything, and the seasons are changing, and the icebergs are melting, and in the next 20 years, we're going to have some major problems.
Do I worry more about environment or political problems? I think I worry about environmental more than the political problems, because I don't really know the political problems, and I live in the city. I care about environment more. I wish I can live more comfortable and in a better environment, so that's more important for me.
Although I don't worry too much about political or environmental problems, I would say I'm more concerned about political problems because they have the tendency to be more unpredictable, and they can escalate very quickly, unexpectedly. Whereas with environmental problems, things usually happen more slowly, and we can usually anticipate what's going to go wrong.
I'm probably more worried about environmental dangers because those types of, humans are damaging the earth, and the damages that we do will affect generations and generations to come. So I probably think more about that. I'm not as politically in tuned, so I worry more about environmental dangers.
I'll say both. As you know, Africa, they're like the countries, like surrounding my country, tend not to have stable political system, which means that maybe in the near future a war can break out. And environmental dangers, because if we should deplete our natural resource, it could affect our future.
Unpredictable. Unpredictable. I think that's more unpredictable. If something is unpredictable, that means it has more than one possible outcome. Notice the following. 1. The weather is always unpredictable. 2. In sports, the final score is always unpredictable. War-torn. War-torn. I'm never going to go to these countries that are war-torn. A war-torn area is an area negatively affected by war. Notice the following. 1. France in World War II was a war-torn area. 2. She won awards for her photography of the war-torn area. Escalate. Escalate. They can escalate very quickly, unexpectedly. We use the word escalate to describe how a bad situation quickly gets worse. Notice the following. 1. Violence escalated after the football match between the two sets of fans. 2. The argument between the two people escalated into a fist fight. Generations to come. Generations to come. It will affect generations and generations to come. A generation is a set of population about the same age. Generations to come are future generations that have not been born yet. Notice the following. 1. That movie will be remembered for generations to come. 2. Football will still be popular for generations to come. Break out. Break out. In the near future, a war can break out. When a war or fight breaks out, that means it starts unintentionally. Notice the following. 1. A fight broke out at the school between two gangs. 2. A riot broke out after the home team lost the hockey game.
Would you like to have an exotic pet?
No. I would like to have, like regular pets, like dogs. Dogs. No, not cats, dogs, because they're just, I think, friendlier, and I'm used to them since I have two dogs back home. They are German Schnauzers.
I don't know whether this would count as exotic, but I've always wanted a chameleon. I love the way that they walk. It's quite a funny pet, and they seem to have a lot of character as an animal, so I would love to have a chameleon.
If I was to have an exotic pet, I would choose a nightingale bird. And so in the evenings, this bird would sing its tune. And I think it would be very nice to have such a bird. But I would be very reluctant to keep the bird in a cage. So perhaps I would just allow it to come and go as it pleased.
I don't think I'd like to have an exotic pet. When I think about exotic pets, I think of spiders and snakes and iguanas. And I really don't like any of those. They scare me. So I don't think I want an exotic pet.
I don't think I would like to have an exotic pet. I love animals, and I'm definitely fascinated in animals from around the world, but I don't think it would be fair for me to have one as a pet. For one, I don't know how to take care of it properly, and I think they should be in the wild, and if it's exotic, that means that this is not the natural environment for them.
That's kind of a difficult question also, because I feel like maybe it's not proper to have a pet that you've pulled from the wild, but I really do like birds, and I would probably have a bird, and I don't know if you consider a parakeet an exotic pet, but I have had 2 parakeets when I was a child.
Reluctant. Reluctant. I would be very reluctant to keep the bird in a cage. If you are reluctant to do something, that means you do not want to do it, even though you likely will. Notice the following. 1. Teachers are reluctant to give students power in the classroom. 2. He was reluctant to tell her that he loved her. Come and go as it pleased. Come and go as it pleased. I would just allow it to come and go as it pleased. If you come and go as you please, that means you come and go without permission. Notice the following. 1. While I am away, please come and go as you please. 2. As a child, all my friends would come and go to my house as they pleased. Fascinated. Fascinated. I'm definitely fascinated in animals from around the world. If you are fascinated by something, you are very interested in it. Notice the following. 1. She is fascinated by the ocean. 2. The audience was fascinated by the man's story of heroism. Properly. Properly. For one, I don't know how to take care of it properly. When something is done properly, it is done correctly or according to standards. Notice the following. 1. I'm not sure how to tie a necktie properly. 2. You need to properly insert the key before opening the door. Pull from. Pull from. It's not proper to have a pet that you've pulled from the wild. Here, pull from means remove. Notice the following. 1. What book did you pull from the shelf? 2. This TV clip was pulled from my favorite show. You should watch it.
Shopping online.
Yes, I've bought many things online. This year I bought all of my family's Christmas presents online. I bought my mother a calendar, and I bought my father a golf bag online, and I bought my sister a gift certificate to an American store because she wants to buy a new suit.
I'm an avid record collector, vinyl record collector, and I often use internet shopping sites to purchase rare and difficult to find records. It offers a huge range and access to records that often record shops do not have, or you have to wait for them to come into stock. So I find it opens up a whole world of options.
I've bought stuff from Amazon before, and just mostly books and DVDs and stuff like that, and it was really convenient. I could click online and it got sent to my door, and I paid on delivery, so yeah, it was really easy.
I tend to do more of my shopping online, including my food shopping, generally because it saves time and normally saves money. I've always got on with online shopping. I've never really had a problem with it. Even when you want to return something, it's always really good.
Yes, I have bought quite a few things online, actually. I use TradeMe quite a lot. I use TradeMe quite a lot, where you can buy items used, new from other users. So I've bought computer software, I've bought a computer, I've also bought a camera, I've even bought shoes and jackets. Have been satisfied every single time.
Yeah, I actually quite often buy things from the internet. Last thing I bought was a table, actually. I was quite surprised. I've never bought anything that large before. I actually just ordered it, and it hasn't arrived yet, but I'm looking forward to seeing how easily they can deliver that.
Yes, actually, my boyfriend is a computer engineer, and because of that, he likes a lot of gadgets, so I go to a website and get him some kind of geeky little trinkets for him for birthdays and Christmas.
Gift certificate. Gift certificate. I bought my sister a gift certificate to an American store. A gift certificate is the paper that you can use like money at a store. Notice the following. 1. I got a gift certificate for Christmas. 2. That gift certificate is only good for 2 months. Avid. Avid. I'm an avid record collector. When you are an avid fan of something, that means you like it more than most other people. Notice the following. 1. He is an avid golfer. He plays every week. 2. She is an avid stamp collector. Paid on delivery. Paid on delivery. It got sent to my door, and I paid on delivery. When something is paid on delivery, it is paid for when it arrives at its destination. Notice the following. 1. The package was paid on delivery. 2. If you cannot pay now, you can pay on delivery. Every single time. Every single time. I have been satisfied every single time. Every single time just means every time, but with more emphasis. Notice the following. 1. I make that mistake every single time I try this. 2. He forgets my name every single time we meet. Trinket. Trinket. I get geeky little trinkets for him for birthdays and Christmas. A trinket is a small piece of jewellery of little value. Notice the following. 1. That store sells lots of little trinkets. 2. There are some free trinkets on the table.
Tasking tests.
I think tests do help people learn because they give you the opportunity to evaluate how much you know and how far you've gone with whatever it is that you're learning. And they give you a chance to also see how close you are with your peers in class.
I think tests help people learn because they hold you accountable for information. Otherwise, even with myself, if I know I'm not being tested on it, I might write it down, but I'm not going to actually spend the time to sit and learn it. So they hold you accountable. That's why people learn.
Yeah, definitely. I think tests help people learn because they can review the things and then organize the knowledge in a systematic way to when they prepare for tests. So, and they can adopt many learning technologies when they prepare for tests.
I think tests are good in the sense that students are able to kind of organize their study. I think over-reliance on tests is a bad thing, whereby the test result dominates the students' concerns, and the focus should be, I think, more about learning rather than test taking.
I do not think that tests help people learn. I actually believe it's quite the opposite. Tests put stress on people and it tends to make the students memorize rather than learn. So I really don't believe that tests help students learn.
I think some tests are good because they motivate people to learn, but I think a lot of people have the tendency to study for a test very hard, to do well on the test, and not really appreciate what they're learning because they're only concerned about just getting a good grade on the test.
Evaluate. Evaluate. Tests give you the opportunity to evaluate how much you know. When you evaluate something, you rate it by quality. Notice the following. 1. We need to evaluate the results. 2. Students always evaluate the teacher at the end of term. Hold accountable. Hold accountable. Tests hold you accountable for information. If you hold someone accountable, you make them take responsibility for their actions. Notice the following. 1. The man was held accountable for his crime. 2. The boss holds all the salespeople accountable for sales revenue. Systematic. Systematic. They can organize the knowledge in a systematic way. If something is systematic, it follows a designed process or system. Notice the following. 1. She has a systematic way of thinking. 2. His approach to teaching is very systematic. Over-reliance. Over-reliance. I think over-reliance on tests is a bad thing. If you have an over-reliance on something, that means you rely on it more than you should. Notice the following. 1. There is an over-reliance on computers in education these days. 2. We can all agree that we have an over-reliance on our cell phones. We can't live without them. Appreciate. Appreciate. They do not really appreciate what they're learning. If you appreciate something, you are thankful for it. Notice the following. 1. We appreciate you taking the time to visit. 2. The mayor appreciated the large amount of public support.